Hey you guys, it's Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. I've got a video today that I wanted to film just to show you guys some things that I made last year. I don't know the name of all the patterns, and I apologize for that up front, and I probably don't know all the yarns. But this is just some things that I made last year that I've had hanging out in my closet that I wear on occasion. I probably need to think about gifting or donating or even selling some of these things because I'm just not utilizing them. And you know, we as crocheters and knitters, we tend to make so many things and don't know what to do with them. So, but I just want to share a few of those things and let me get started. This is one that I got inspiration from, I think it was Happy Crafty Homemaker. She had made a shawl using this pattern and I loved it. And I just can't remember the name of it. And I want to make it again because it was a really fun pattern to make. And that's another reason that I'm doing these videos, like I said in my last video, is to get a record of some of these things in case I forget to write it down or something like that. But this is the shawl. I love the edging on it. Now, I made this with shawl and a ball, and I have a love-hate relationship with this. It's terrible to frog for me, but I just love it. Just makes such a cool striping pattern that I just love it. So this is the first thing. If any of you guys recognize this pattern, just let me know. For some reason, I'm thinking it starts with an F, but I cannot find it in my pattern, so I'm probably totally wrong about that. Now this is the tendril shawl, and this is made with, it's the yarn you get in those little balls that are all connected as one skein, but they're little individual balls of different colors. And I can't remember if it's made by Caron or if it's a Yarn Bee. I'm thinking it's probably Yarn Bee because I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. But it comes with all different colors, and I just pulled them off as it come on the pack and just, you know, went in line and did it till the color ran out. So I love this. I've made several of these and gave them away. But like I say, it's the tendril shawl, and I love the stitches in this. And this was a fun pattern to make up, and it makes up really quick in case any of you guys are interested. I think it'd be beautiful in solid color. I think it'd be beautiful and I think variegated, it wouldn't show the stitches as well. I think that's why I think solid color yarn works out better. And I think you could get by with just using any kind of yarn weight. I personally don't love bulky around up here as a shawl or scarf or anything like that, but I just love how this, you know how you wrap it all around. Let me see. You know, you can really change up the way it looks, the colors, that type of thing, whatever. I'm not doing a good job with this. I'm not gonna try that. So, but anyway, the tendril shawl, and I don't know who did it. I forgot to look that up, and I'm so sorry. I will try to link any of these that I can down in the description box, but like I say, there's not gonna be many that I know. This is a hat that I have no idea. I think it's called twisted rib or something like that. It's a knit hat. And this is made with I think a worsted, weight yarn. I'll let you get a close. This is some of my Expressions Fiber Arts. I got this, and she has like monthly clubs that it's not a continuous club. You get it that month. If you don't want any more, you don't have to get it because she doesn't continuously charge you every month. But I love this yarn. I just love how these colors. And that hat looks very small, but it fits me pretty good. I love the way this one fits too. I need to make some more of these. Now, my hair was a hot mess before. Lord mercy, let's see what it's gonna look like now. But anyway, like I say, I think this was the twisted rib or something. Anyway, I love this one. Okay, I do know what this one is. This is the Easy Goes It DK by Finicky Creations, and I need to reblock it. It's terribly ripply on the ends. But this was a Lether Co. subscription box yarn, I'm pretty sure. But I love the lace. It's the first time I'd ever done that with knitting, the lace work. I'll show you guys. And look, I've still got a tail to weave in. I think I've even wore this before and just left it on there. But this is the pattern, the stitch pattern. I wished I had a way of showing you guys. Hold on, I'm sorry this is all over the place. this is how this goes. I need to reblock it because I want you guys to look. It is so wavy. Well, it don't look that bad in the video, but it is pretty wavy on the edge. But I love how this pattern had this edging to it. I don't remember what it was, but I know it's in the pattern because I certainly didn't know how just to do it. But this is this, and like I say, Leather Co's yarn is amazing. I absolutely love this. It's so soft and squishy. I actually like this color pretty good on me, so. Okay, there's that one. Hope y'all are not getting bored by me not knowing too much about this stuff. Now, this is the Linus shawl, and if I could count how many I made, I would probably be shocked. I made a ton of these last year because they're so easy and so mindless. But this is the Linus shawl, and this is, I think, a yarn from Hobby Lobby. Don't remember. I've got two things I made with it, but I love the Linus shawl. You can, it's just easy, wonderful. I think it's a good first knit project. You know, I'd have to finagle this a lot to get it to look right, but I do. I love this. I love this. I'm gonna wear this just a minute because I love these colors. I need to wear this one more. Okay. Now, this was a kit that I got with Mary Maxim last year, I'm pretty sure. And it was 2 separate balls of a cake yarn. I don't remember the names of them or anything like that, but, and I have gotten more compliments off this scarf than probably anything I've worn. But it starts out with this colorway. Here's the pattern. It was simple, but I don't remember what it was. And then it goes into a different colorway toward the end. And it's just a very cool scarf to wear. It's just unique. You can make it look different by how you wear it, whether you wrap it around or, you know, tie it or whatever. And you can make one color show and one not. But I love this. I'm so excited for making these videos that I can actually have a record and remember what I've made and the pattern I used and the yarn and everything, because this is what's so frustrating. Okay, now here are my poor little Ross hats that I started with. I did not, this was one of the first things I ever knit. I've knitted some dishcloths a long time ago and they were horrible. I mean horrible. I would make some of them this wide because I'd get so sick of doing it, and I just didn't know anything about not using wooden needles with bamboo. I can't do it. Some people can. But anyway, this was the first thing that I did. And this may not be the first one. This isn't the first one made, but look at the little point up there. But this is one of my Ross hats. Have no idea about this yarn. I know it's some kind of wool because it feels, you can tell that it's not all acrylic. Hold on just a moment. My mom's coming. Okay, I'm back. And this is the other one that I made. And this one is with a, I think a worsted, I cannot say that word, you guys, a number 4 weight yarn. And this one I made a whole lot bigger because it's kind of a slouchy. Now let me tell you why these are disastrous. I love the decrease on these hats. They are so cool. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it just makes such a cool pattern up top. But because I'm the kind of person that I am, I did not read the directions correctly on these hats. And I bet I've made 10 or 15 of them. And as you do the decreases on the top, you knit a row, do a row, decrease. Knit a row, do a row, decrease. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on just a moment. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I'm sorry if y'all heard that. I'm leaving it in. I've struggled with trying to edit out Mom in the other video, and I'm just going to leave it in because it's real life. It's my life now, and that's just what it is. But what I was telling you, the decrease is, like I say, you knit a row, decrease a row, knit a row, etc. And then when you get to the end, you're supposed to just start decreasing. No knit rows in between. Well, I did not read the pattern well, and I kept doing the knit a row, decrease a row, and I kept wondering why I always had this weird little point. It never kind of leveled out like everybody else's did. It looks okay on if you get it and you stretch it over, but I'm gonna start doing them right now, this time, from now on. Okay, here's some of the first projects I did. This was the first subscription box I think I ever got. It was Leather Co, and it was for this ear warmer. And it's with a jumbo weight yarn, or bulky, I'm pretty sure. And I think this was the Ladybug collection. I fell in love with this. This was just so cool. I was so amazed that I could do the little twist and all that stuff. Now I know I can do it, but back then I was kind of struggling, wondering how I was ever gonna do it. And I loved it so much, I made another one out of a different yarn. It matches that scarf or shawl that I made. This is just basically the back loop type thing to make it look like it's knitted, but it's not. And I love this, but this does not look good on me because of the color. I used to be a redhead. As you can tell, God has changed that plan for me as I've gotten older. But some things just don't look good because of my skin tone, my color. It makes me look washed out. And I made a bunch of these last year for Christmas, these ear warmers, a ton of them. And I love these. These were so easy. This is such a quick project to do if you're in a hurry to get a gift or want to do a whole bunch of gifts for people. I love this. It's like the back loop thing. You can find this free everywhere over on the internet. I don't know the exact name of this one, but I think I found it as a tutorial off YouTube. Okay, this is called the Shenandoah Shawl, and it was an Annie's Kit Club back when I used to do this, and I loved doing this. It's some of that woven type yarn. Can you guys see that? And it's just some type of ripple stitch. I don't know. I think I even used this in a blanket at one time because I love doing it so much. But I love all the different colors in this. And I wear this one whether it looks good on me or not. I don't care. I love the scarf so much. But that's another thing that I made last year. I just threw some of it off. Now this hat was the first hat that I ever made that I wore in public. It's got this big old huge ball on it, or a pom-pom. I got this idea off, again, Summer's Tips and Stitches. She had saw somebody do the big old floppy balls. I thought, well, I'm gonna do it too. And there's the pattern. I don't know how well y'all can see it with it being black. And this is either one of two patterns. It's either the the Ripple Beanie by Crochet Therapy, and I made it longer because I wanted it slouchy, or it's the Remy Crochet Beanie by Ruby Webbs. I tend to think it's the one by Ruby Webbs, the Remy Crochet Beanie, because I did my daughter one in pink earlier this year. I think it was earlier this year, hot pink, and it reminds me of that. But it's this, this is Red Heart, some type of sparkle yarn with Red Heart. It might be Red Heart with Love that's got sparkle in it. If they even have that, I don't know, I'm guessing, but I love this. I want to make something like a cardigan or something out of that because I love the sparkleness and it's not the least bit scratchy. Now this is probably the first knitted project that I made besides the hat. This was probably the second thing. And I started it a million times because I kept messing up. But I think this is called the Adventurous Cow. And it's got the little edging here. And I think I did it this way. Yes, you knit this way. And so it's got the stockinette in the middle or whatever the correct word is. And then the edging. This was a yarn bee, some of that hand-dyed yarn that they have. I think I used 1 or 2 skeins of it to make it. And you just make this long strip. And then you, I'm ashamed to show y'all where I sewed it together. There's where I sewed it together. It's terrible, isn't it? Didn't have a clue what I was doing. And here's something terrible. I don't know what happened to this, but I don't know if y'all can see that where it got messed up. It's kind of hard and crunchy right there. But anyway, I've worn this a bunch. I was so proud of myself for doing this. I just put it around my neck and just wrap and wear it. And my mom's actually wore this when she came up here last year to visit. I'm gonna take this off. I'm getting just a little bit warm. I just got a couple more things. Okay. And I'm excited, so excited I decided to do this video because I actually found a pattern that I've been looking for forever because I had altered it and I didn't recognize it. But when I saw the pattern on my computer, I thought, oh gosh, that's it. But I just want to show you one more quick Linus shawl. This one's actually a little smaller. I love these colors. These are some of my favorite colors. And I think I did a hat in it too, and I may have already showed it to you, but I don't know where to put it. But this is the one I was talking about. It's the Fruit Ridge shawl pattern by Jen D-U-R. I'm going to have to link this one because I can't even say her name. I think I talk too Southern and I don't know how to use phonics or whatever it is you learn to pronounce words. But this is it. This is out of This might be a Southern Skein yarn that I got last year, and it's got some glitter in it. I don't know if you guys can see the glitter, but it's really evident in person. And this has little bobbles along the edge, and it just fits real neat around. I love the size of it because it just fits real neat around. You got your little bobbles. Now, the original pattern calls for a lot of fringing right here. And I didn't want to do that because sometimes I love fringing, but sometimes it is a lot of work for me to do. So I'm just not going to do it, but on this one. But excuse me, I'm getting a call. Me get rid of it. Okay, so I made this one, and I loved it so much, I had to make another one. You'll see a theme with me. I'm so bad about when I do something, I just have to do it over and over. Now this is a Noro, whatever that yarn is that people love so much. And I put the little bobbles here. I got this off that website, Little Knits. It was super inexpensive for what it was, for what it is. I think it's got silk and all kinds of stuff in it. And to feel of it, it's not the most appealing feeling yarn. You would think it'd be a whole lot more, but it's okay. I probably wouldn't buy it again. It's different. It's a very interesting texture. It's that Noro, I think is what it's called. But I love this. I love the colors in this. Usually it takes me a whole lot longer than what I'm spending putting these things on. So, but anyway, this is this one. I love it. Now this, I know the name of this one. It is it's an Expression Fiber Arts pattern, and it's one of those weird names I can't pronounce. I will link it. It's the one starts with S, and it's by Expressions Fiber Arts. I don't think she actually writes all the patterns, but you can find the patterns on her website. But this was I think like a spring fling mini advent calendar type thing. And I just started with one color. Here's the stitch pattern. It gives it just a little interest. And then I went to just different colors. I went on down until I used up all the colors that was in that mini skein pack. And I love the colors in this, but I have not worn this but maybe once. And there we go. I tell you, a reason I don't think I've worn these that often is it didn't get really cold here until later in the year last year. And then, you know, I started having a lot of company with the holidays and everything. Didn't go out a whole lot. We did a lot of things here at home to spend time together. And then sometimes I just forget to put one on. So I need to get better about that. I need to wear more of my things better. Okay, I got just 3 more things. Just bear with me if you guys, I know this is probably boring, but just wanted to share some things. This is a corner-to-corner triangle shawl. I just wanted to use up some yarn because I had bought several of these cotton bling cakes, and I like them, but I had made an Afghan. In fact, it's this one right here. And I had thought I was going to do more of them, and I ended up just not doing it. So I thought I'd just make this triangle scarf. But it's like a corner, based on corner to corner, and every edge has that little, you know, little up and down. Even the top, it's not straight. No, that's one of the sides. But the top is the one that's got the little shape into it like that. But it's just a great big old giant scarf. Shawl. I'm so sorry. I have worn this many times just being outside, just, you know, hanging outside talking to neighbors or just sitting on the back porch around the fire or whatever earlier in the fall last year because, like I say, it's a cotton blend and it just kept the draft and the cold off of you when I wore it. And I've enjoyed that. I love it. It's very soft and comfortable. Now this is one of those Karen bobble fringe shawls that I've made a million of out of the Karen latte cakes. And I was wanting to do something Halloween themed. And this is one of those, like It's a Wrap type yarns, but it's from Hobie and it's got the Halloween colors in it. And I didn't want to do anything with just that. So I thought I'm gonna mix it with a yarn. And I actually mixed it with one of the Red Heart sparkle yarns like I made the hat out of. And I just love this thing. It's so warm and so comfortable, but it's just so cool how the color, and I made it huge, by the way, how the colors just go and fade across it with the yellow, the orange and the purples and the, what is that first color? Yeah, the orange and purples and pink. I couldn't even think of what that color was. Goodness, I shouldn't do 2 videos in one day, but I love this. And it's got the little baubles on the end. There's the little baubles. But I love this, and it was not cold. It still didn't even get cold, you know, toward in October. So I didn't get to wear this or use this much, but I will be putting this up to use next year. And I've got one more to show you that I've thrown in the floor, you know, like I always do. And this one was probably something that has been my favorite, not because of the colors I used, because I don't like one of the colors with the other yarns that I put in it, but it's the Adalia. Anyway, Adalia. It's one of the Expression Fiber Arts. I got it as a free pattern because, like I told you guys, the first, you know, few weeks, maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks, she'll have her patterns free for every new release that she releases on Friday. And I just happened to snatch this one up. And I don't like one of the yarns that I put in this, and I just don't love the way it looks with it, but I love this shawl. And I haven't wove in an end, so no judgment, please. But it's a half like circle shawl. And let me just show you. Here's one of the colors, and then it just fades on into different colors. Now, with each of these colors, I love them individually. I love this tonal green, love it. And then I love the bluish with the little green, and then here's the other colorway. Now, all this is from Megan Company, and this I got it sometime last year, so she probably doesn't have these colorways available any longer, and I don't know the name of them to be able to tell you, but this is probably one of the softest, most wonderful feeling shawls that I've got. But I wished I hadn't used the blue. I wished I'd have went with something, I don't know what possessed me to do this. I don't know. I'm terrible with mixing colors and picking colors that I think go real well together. I'm working on it. I need to do some color theory research. But I love the yarn so much, I thought, well, it'll go. It's got green in it, but I kind of wished I did something just a little different, maybe even more contrast to show off the others better. But this one I just love. It's probably my most favorite thing I've made. And let me tell you, counting these stitches, oh my gosh. But I did. I sit there and I religiously worked on this so I would not mess this up. And I love the little open work in it. But you guys, I know this was probably not very informative and you didn't get a whole lot out of it, but I enjoyed showing you some things that I've made over the past 1.5 years that I've been crocheting. 2 years since I've really been crocheting. It'll be June, 2 years. But I just want to share some of this stuff with you guys, and I've gotten several phone calls while I've been filming this, and I need to give them a call back. But you guys have a great day, and hopefully some of this made some sense and you gained some inspiration from it. But you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.